I thought, I'm starting a new Hebrew class, so I didn't really have to also teach you Hebrew at the beginning of Friday night services. It was a thought, I don't know, so I didn't last time, and then I was embarrassed that I didn't last time. So this time, because we know a lot of letters already, remember we learned everything we need to know for reading Baruch Atah Adonai and reading the Shema. And I'm going to need to make a new version of this board. This board is like 15 years old already. I must have used it when I was teaching you, I bet. So can you see it? Is this cool or what? You see what this is? It is not like some of my kids think for, it's not for that. It is a yad, because when you touch the Torah, you don't touch it with your finger, so you use something that looks like a finger. So I have cute little ones that are almost pencil-sized for the kids. And I have the big ones. I get them from the website, the person who runs the website, And Thou Shalt Read, or Oi Toys. They call it Oi Toys. And so this is what we're going to do. You repeat after me. It's really easy. And you learn the letters. And the cool thing about Hebrew letters, as you've heard me say before, oh yeah, good idea, huh? Whoop, come on. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's not like there was a microphone on there. So the cool thing about the Hebrew letters is that I got it. One thing I can do now is squats. We're going to move it up a little bit for a second, and then I'll move it out of the way. That every consonant, the names of the consonants in Hebrew start with the consonant sound that the letter makes. There you go. Stay, stay, stay. The name of the letter, the name of the consonant, starts with the consonant sound that the letter makes. So the letter, remember it has a bar on the bottom and a base goes beyond and a ball and a belly. It is a bet, and it sounds like b. Starts with the sound b. The name is bet, starts with a b, sounds like b. If I show you the tallest letter, there's a, stop it. There's an L above the line, and it sounds like l, and it's called Lamed. It starts with a L sound, and it's called a Lamed. I say that, and you notice I did like from the middle, because the very first letter of the alphabet is Aleph. So if I ask you, what is the consonant sound that the Aleph, this name Aleph begins with? What's the consonant sound that the name Aleph begins with? How many people? This whole side of the room said, that's not a consonant sound. That's like Simon Says. I just did a Simon Says on you. So the consonant sound, show me. All right, Miro family knows. Ready? Show me what it sounds like. There they go. The consonant sound that starts the word Aleph is a little bit louder than this. It's what happens when you close your throat and open it up again. If you say words like Aleph, apple, ouch, then you'll notice before you get to that vowel that starts those letters, their throat has to close down and open up again. It's called a glottal stop. That's the sound that an Aleph makes. It is not very loud, and you can think of it as silent, but that's the consonant sound that starts the name Aleph. So it's kind of mean that that's the first letter, but I'm just saying. We've learned some of these. So part of the reason why I'm starting with this again today is, first of all, familiarize you with all of the consonants again. And this week is also, depending which calendar you use, the anniversary of the death of Debbie Friedman, who changed the way we have done music in the Reform movement, in the youth group. One of the amazing things she did was she took the songs, the prayers, and gave the English versions melodies that everybody got. It was really pretty cool. So, but one of the things she did was this. She's the one who wrote things like the Misha Beirach song that we do. And that was the third thing. So anyway, we're getting there. But this is the Aleph Bet melody that she wrote. So repeat after me. Aleph Bet Vet. Aleph Bet Vet. Gimel Dalet Hey. Gimel Dalet Hey. Now, by the way, Hey has one syllable. It's not hey, but I'm just saying, it's the song. I'm just saying, yeah, we're in the South. I kept saying, when my kids were like in 3rd grade and learning syllables, I really wanted to be a fly on the wall to learn how you do syllables. In New York, you put your finger under your chin, and every time your finger moved, essentially, there was another syllable. And you knew where the accented syllable was when your chin moved the most, right? I'm just saying. So when you have to, yeah, when you have to say, how many syllables does the word whale have when you say it in Southern? It's harder to tell where one syllable ends in B. I don't know. They survived. Whatever it was that they taught that year, that was really cool. It was a good year. They also learned etiquette that year. They learned like how you set the table and how you pull your chair out for your mom. And that when you, I didn't know this until they were in 3rd grade, that when you pass, you say, may I please have the pepper? You have to pass the pepper, and they're like, what did they call them? They're like, what? They're married. That's what they said. They're married. The salt and pepper are married. It's so cool. Anyway, I didn't know that. And then when we have their final exam, was they had to go to some fancy like Shreveport club or something downtown. And they had to dress up, the whole class. And I just kept getting up and sitting down just so my little kid would pull the chair up. It was so cute. Anyway, all right, let's go back to Aleph Bet with Debbie Friedman. Zichrona Livracha. May her memory be a blessing. Repeating after me. Aleph Bet Vet.
Aleph Bet Bet.
Gimel Dalet Hey.
Gimel Dalet Hey.
Vav Zayin Chet Tet.
Vav Zayin Chet Tet.
Yud Kaf Chaf.
Yud Kaf Chaf.
Lamed Mem Nun.
Lamed Mem Nun.
Samich Ayin Pe Fe.
Samech Ayin Pe Fe.
Tzadi Kuf Resh. Shin, Sin, Tav, Ba-ba-da-ba-dum. None of you ba-ba-da-ba-da. I am just thinking, it's Shabbat, Rabbi. Just don't even expect that from me. No ba-ba-da-ba-da for me today. I don't know. All right. So there is that wonderful story about the Aleph Bet that I tell the children almost every year. Maybe that's what we'll talk about later. I'll do that later. Shabbat Shalom. So, do you remember last Shabbat? Do you remember what you were doing last Shabbat? You were lighting candles. I remember now. Thank you, because otherwise I'm like, it was a long time ago. Do you remember like Monday? It was Simcha Shabbat, people with birthdays and anniversaries last week. How about Monday? Did you get a lot done this week? All your New Year's resolutions and things? Shabbat is always a good time to reflect on what happened during the week. But it's also a good time to let it go. And so with that, we take our deep breath and let it out. And try one more time. And let it out. So here, you have to indulge me for a moment because when I asked you, do you remember Monday? I couldn't remember Monday at all. I've been here all day. I haven't left yet. Yesterday was a funeral. And that always discombobulates me, And so I had to take a moment and I had to reflect. What was this week like? And I feel better now. And I'm glad to be back. So with that, I'm going to invite you to turn to page 65, and I'm going to invite surprise candle blessers. I think they know, but you didn't know, that Sheila and John are coming up and helping us with leading the blessings for the candles and the Kiddush. Surprise. Please rise. I remember that last Friday. I forgot to tell you to rise. That I remember. And you knew to do it all by yourselves.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadlitnei shel Shabbat. Let there be joy.
Let there be
there be
peace.
light.
Right.
Let there be peace.
Let there be
Let there be
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And you open your eyes and wow, it's Shabbat candles. Please turn to pages 167 and 166 for the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with a mitzvah Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of the creative work and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. I knew that. I was waiting for that face. Wow. It's grape juice. You may be seated, but first you have to say Shabbat Shalom to someone you came in with, someone you didn't come in with. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. I am going to call Sarah to come up and help us with this song. We're going to continue on page 66. Six, yes. And let's see if we can make this thing.
What we're doing?
Oh, something lachadodi-esque.
Chadodi.
Yeah, something lachadodi-esque. We're going to help him. And it's a melody he's got in there, his keyboard. So we're right here. So 66. You can stand over there and get it. I think you know this one.
The one we talked about, right?
Yes, whichever one, whatever page you're on. We'll be there, I trust me. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla. Do it again. Lecha dodi, know this one? Likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, umevorach. We practiced it last time. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, umevorach.
We did that before.
We just did that once before. Yep, we're
Yes.
getting there. I know, we're getting there. That was good. Thank you. We continue on page 67. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness and of the impulse within us for justice and mercy, we pray that this hour of worship may be one of vision and inspiration. Help us to find knowledge by which to live. Help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives.
Bless all who enter the sanctuary in search and in need, all who bring to this place the offering of their hearts. May our worship here lead us to fulfill our words and intentions with acts of kindness, peace, and love.
We have come together to strengthen our bonds with our people Israel. Like Jews of generations past, we celebrate the grandeur of creation. Like Jews of every age, we echo our people's ancient call for justice.
Our celebration is a sharing of memory and hope.
We are Jews, but each of us is unique. We stand apart and alone, with differing feelings and insights, and yet we are not entirely alone and separate, for we are children of one people and one heritage.
Our celebration unites many separate selves into a single chorus.
And we are one in search of life's meaning. All of us know despair and exaltation. All bear burdens. All have moments of weakness and times of strength. All sing songs of sorrow and love.
May our celebration bring us strength along our way.
In this circle of hope, in the presence of the sacred, may the heart come to know itself and its best, finding a fresh impulse to love the good.
May our celebration lead us to work for the good, and may this Shabbat give strength to us and to our people Israel.
Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Many are the generations of Israel, and in every age we have sought the living God through Sabbath rest and worship. This time and place hold the power to increase our joy in the eternal. O God, even as we seek you in the sanctuary, help us to know that your glory fills all space. Make us understand that you are with us at all times, if we but open our minds to you.
We feel the presence of your Spirit in our homes and on our ways. We see the beauty of your creation in mountain, sea, and sky, and in the human form. We hear you in the silence of our own hearts, speaking the truths the heart knows.
May we be your witness to the world, your messenger to all the earth.
May we show forth your image within us, the divine spark that makes us human.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
As day departs, as the dark of night descends, we lift our eyes to the heavens. In awe and wonder, our hearts cry out.
Eternal God, how majestic is your name in all the earth.
A vast universe, who can know it? What mind can fathom it? We look out to the endless suns and ask, what are we? What are our dreams and our hopes? What are we that you are mindful of us? What are we that you should care for us?
And yet within us abides a measure of your Spirit. You are remote, but oh how near, ordering the stars in the vast solitudes of the dark, yet whispering in our minds that you are closer than the air we breathe. For you have made us little less than divine, and crowned us with glory and honor. With love and awe we turn to you, and in the dark of evening we seek the light of your presence.
One and only God, You have made each of us unique and formed us to be united in one family of life. Be with us, Eternal One, as we seek to unite our lives with your power and your love.
We proclaim now your oneness and our own hope for unity. We acclaim your creative power in the universe and in ourselves.
And heart to heart.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
You may be seated unless you want to help me lead this Verhafta, and then please come on up and help. You want a thing? Ooh, look who's here. Come on. Ready? Go. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem. Amen. Would you lead us in English too, please? Go ahead. You
You
shall.
shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down, when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God.
Thank you, everybody. I think I figured out what was wrong. Turn it off. Please turn off. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness, a world waiting still to be redeemed, give us, O source of good, the courage to say, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and your love.
From Egypt, the house of bondage, we were delivered. At Sinai, amid peals of thunder, we bound ourselves to your purpose. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, we survived oppression and exile, time and again overcoming the forces that would have destroyed us.
Our failings are many, our faults are great, yet it has been our glory to bear witness to our God and to keep alive in dark ages the vision of a world redeemed.
May this vision never fade. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we sing with one accord as Moses, Miriam, and Israel sang at the shores of the sea. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will.
We praise you, guardian of Israel, whose love gives light to all the world.
O God of Israel, may our worship on this day help us to grow in loyalty to our covenant with you and to the way of life it demands, the way of gentleness and justice, the path of truth and of peace. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. What's my favorite word in that one? Vayinafash. 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 It's fun to say, Vayinafash. And it means that God re-nefeshes our nefesh. He gives our soul. He souls our soul. He makes our souls more souly. I like Vayinafash. Please rise for the Tefillah, which begins on page 76, and be Vayinafash. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Source of all being, we turn to you as did our people in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens. They felt you in their hearts. They sought you in their lives. Now their quest is ours. Help us, O God, to celebrate the wonder of being. Give us the courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring nearer to realization the great hope inherited from ages past for a world transformed by liberty, justice, and peace. Your might, O God, is everlasting.
Help us to use our strength for good.
You are the source of life and blessing.
Help us to choose life for ourselves and our children.
You are the support of the fallen.
Help us to lift up the fallen.
You are the author of freedom.
Help us to free the captive.
You are our hope in death as in life.
Help us to keep faith with those who sleep in the dust.
Your might, O God, is everlasting.
Help us to use our strength for good.
Okay, what's my favorite line from that one? Author of freedom. I think that's cool. You are Kadosh, holy. Your name is Kadosh, holy. And those who strive to be Kadoshim, holy, declare your glory day by day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We praise you, O God, the holy. We praise you, eternal one, the holy God. Please be seated. Now, let's see if it's going to be just as hard to get this thing to go on. No, it's good. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomere, shomere, shomere Shabbat, kore oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomere, shomere, shomere Shabbat, kore oneg Shabbat. Aha, mekadeshei, mekadeshei shvi Shabbat, kulam yisbeu v'yitangu mituvecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomere, shomere, shomere Shabbat, kore oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat, chemdat yamim oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomere, shomere, shomere Shabbat, v'kore oneg Shabbat. Zecher lemase, lemase v'reshit Shabbat. Zecher lemase, lemase v'reshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomere, shomere, shomere Shabbat, kore oneg Shabbat. What's my favorite part of that one? Just saying. We read together, God of Israel, may our worship on this Sabbath bring us near to all that is high and holy. May it bind the generations in bonds of love and sharing, and unite us with our people in common hope and faith. And through Sabbath rest and worship, may we learn to find fulfillment and joy in the vision of peace for all the world. You are with us in our prayer, in our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble and pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, so that all Israel, all who seek you, may find new strength for your service. Eternal source of good, we give thanks for the numberless gifts and blessings that fill our days, for life itself and its endless variety, for all that sustains body and mind, for love and friendship, for the delights of the senses, and for the excellence of your Torah, which deepens our life and enriches our days. Teach us, O God of wonders, to work for a just and compassionate society, where all may share your gifts in the joy of freedom. Prayer for peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lekol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael. Take a moment for some private, quiet prayer. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. This time in our service, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of our prayer book, and I turn off my microphone for a moment as I read the names.
If you have other names you'd like us to include in your prayer, I invite you to call them out. Yogi. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing. Misha Beirach, it's probably in there. It's probably in the black book. By Debbie Foley. Misha Beirach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Beirach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lehavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And we add, Mishabarach Avotenu V'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we've entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us. In this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve, give them courage to succeed and strength to persevere. May they return home safely, and let us say, Amen. It's not staying. It's not going to stay. It'll stay. Okay, what's your favorite part about being Jewish? Your favorite part? What? What'd you say? Hot dogs? Kosher hot dogs, or just any kind of hot dogs? Kosher hot dogs. We call that a gastronomic Jew. What's your favorite part about being Jewish? Did you hear what she said? That's a great answer. Most of the people in her school are Christian, and she likes being different. I like that you're different too. Anybody else? You want to vote? You can say, I want that one. You can say, I like that one. Everybody voted for you. You win. Not that we don't necessarily like kosher hot dogs. Those are fun too sometimes. Some people like being Jewish. When I was growing up, and you've heard me say this before, I think, there were a lot of grown-ups when I was a kid who seemed to like being Jewish because they were trying to be defiant in the face of people who hate them. Trying to be defiant when people hated the Jews. Because people hated Jews, they didn't want to believe in God after some of the horrible things that had happened, but they said, we don't care, we're going to be Jewish and be proudly Jewish because people hated us and tried to kill us. That was a motivation for people. Some people really do like being Jewish because they like the food. Some people like being Jewish because they like the culture. So I'm going to tell you something. The story that we talked about, you have probably heard it before. But since we sang the Aleph Bet song, and you did such a good job on the Aleph Bet song, you know one of my favorite stories. And Jewish stories, our history, is one of my favorite parts about being Jewish. In the Torah portion, we're reading about the last 3 plagues. That's good stuff, that we like listening to the stories. We like learning from the stories. And this is a story that I haven't told the grown-ups very often, but I like to tell it to the children. And it's the story about this child who liked being Jewish because she was different. When she came to service one day, she realized that everybody was praying very sincerely, and she was very inspired. I have another story. Wait a second. Ready? 2 weeks ago, I was in Florida. You know that. I was officiating at a funeral, a memorial service. And the man that I officiated was the president of the congregation when I was confirmed, and the family spoke, the grandkids spoke. And then one of his friends, who has only known him since the guy had moved down to Florida, he spoke. He talked about how wonderful it was that he got involved and how glad he was to know them. And then he said, I'm not going to make you do this, but then he said, I want everybody to stand up. And so we did. And he said, I want everybody to take one step forward. And so we did. And he said, I want everybody to take one step to the left. And so we did. And he said, I want everybody to go back to where you were when you were first standing. And we did. He said, now sit down. And he said, well, my wife said that I could only talk if I moved the audience. And so I moved the audience. So I hope that you find this. I may use that again for High Holy Days, but I'm not sure how. But I loved that. So I give that to you today. But the story was, this young girl comes to services, and she's very moved by what the service was saying and how the people were praying. And she was not able to read yet, especially not the Hebrew, but she knew that Aleph Bet song. So while everybody else was praying, she said in her heart, Aleph Bet Bet, Gimel Dalet Hey, Vav Zayin Chet Tet, Yud Kaf Chaf, Lamed Mem Nun, Samech Ayin Pefeh, Tzadik Kuf Resh, Shin Sin Tav. And she said it quietly. She said, God, I can't put those letters together, but you know my words. Take the letters that you gave us and put them together and make them be the prayers that I want to say. I love being Jewish because I love the culture. I love the stories. There's so much that I love. I love being here with you. Mr. President, tell everybody what else we're going to do together because we love you all so much. This is not staying on here, so you're going to have to hold it or something. It's not cooperating. And you get this one, and it's not what you saw.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Part of what I love about being Jewish, I get to come listen to you.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom, and thank you to Sheila and John for doing the blessings. Also, special welcome to old friends, new friends. Henry, we're thrilled to see you. Glad you're here. Some friends from El Paso are here, and we're just glad that y'all are here with us. Rabbi Jana's decoding Hebrew class begins this week.
Actually, it already started.
We are still early enough in the class so that you can join us and not feel left behind. Registration is online or in the office. Students in religious school and Hebrew school will meet again for classes this Sunday.
Yay.
Please remember that Hebrew student pickup time has been changed to 1:30. There is a People of the Book Club this Tuesday at 7 p.m. They will be discussing The Weight of Ink by Rachel
Kaddish, I think. Mm-hmm.
We will have a special musical Shabbat experience next Friday, January 18th, for Shabbat Shirah. We will be bringing back memories and singing melodies from summer camp and youth group. Please let the rabbi know what your favorite songs and melodies are. Tu B'Shavat is Monday, January 21st, 10 a.m. Join us at B'nai Zion behind the building to work on our grove of fruit trees. Work will begin planting the fig trees from clippings, pruning the existing trees, and applying mulch and planting vegetables. Bring the following if you have them: work gloves, pruning shears, spring vegetable seeds, bags of leaves, and all are welcome. You can join us without letting us know, but if possible, please call the office or email Barbara if you do plan to come so we can plan accordingly. Donations were made tonight to B'nai Zion for pulpit flowers in honor of the birthday of Sheila Lawrence by her children and grandchildren. In loving memory of Bella Gold by Daryl Gold. In loving memory of David Levy by Henry Brenner. In loving memory of Margaret Golden Rifkin by Susan and Ronnie, Joyce and Edmund, and all the grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Thank you.
Thank you. I am going to do something out of the ordinary right now. And if you happen to have a child who is going to get married this month, I'd like you to come up and help us open the ark, please. Everyone else is going to turn to page 148. If that child is somebody who's on our confirmation wall and he's getting married this month, we turn to page 148. Please rise as the ark is open. Mazel tov. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. And on the facing page we will sing. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו 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 אחד. Mazel tov. Come here. Mazel tov. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. Come on. Yeah. Mazel tov to the whole family, grandpa, grandma, aunt, uncle, and all of us. How cool. Simchas. We continue on page 151. And you may have noticed that last week I did not read any names. I did not give you any numbers. And there was a reason, and it's because we had zero. We had 0 military casualties for the year. The year was young. We had 0 police casualties. We had 0 firefighter casualties. And so I did not say that we had 0. I just did not say them. But as you know, we are one more week into this. To my knowledge, we have not lost anyone in the military, not that they reported to us, but it is with a very heavy heart that I report that there have already been, and it's only in this 1 week, but since the beginning of the year, 5 line of duty officers have been killed. We had the one right here in Caddo, and our hearts are broken. We have no canine officers killed this year, and we have no firefighters killed this year, and we pray that it stays like that. We are always grateful for those people who run into dangerous situations so that we can be safe. May their memories be a blessing, and may their families be consoled. And I will announce to you things that, Lang's grandfather, Richard Langford, passed away just yesterday. The funeral will be not tomorrow, but next Saturday. The details we'll be announcing during the week. So I say those things now because until someone is buried, the body is buried, we don't say Kaddish for them. But we continue on page 151. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. And as we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We take a moment of silence as we remember. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us this past month. We remember Orly Harrison and Sidney Harold. And we remember the congregants' parents who died within the past year. We remember Sarah David, Flo Selber, Gloria Meyer, Richard Stewart, Clifford Bear, Joe Batt Sr., and Peter Haas. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing Yortzites this past week include Teresa Arendt, Harold Barron, Paul Brainis, Bella Gold, Israel Kosovitz, Nathan Cranston, Gershon Marcus, Bernice Herman, Francis Selber, Della Goldstein-Wise, Hazel Wiseman, Margaret Golden Rifkin, Alvin Willer, Newman Zielinski, Lucille Bodenheimer, Lee Edward Dreyfus, Henry Sauer Katzenstein, David Levy, Robert E. Redstone Sr., E. Bernard Weiss, Jane Blumenthal Steiner, Lou P. Ellison, and Joseph Slaughter Frankel. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. The translation is on 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divra chirute v'yomlich malchute, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yeheh shemei Rabba mevarach la'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha barichu. La'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yeheh shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. Please be seated. I am going to ask that if you are under the age of 13 and you are awake and you want to, please come up and help us. Because we have a yummy Oneg Shabbat and we want to celebrate, well, let's see if I can do it this way. Come on up over here. See, somebody's not awake. You coming? Nope. Ready? Get set. There it is. Oh, it's adorable. Perfect. Ready? Go. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for challah. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. I couldn't think of what rhymed with, I take this, you take that. I couldn't think of what rhymed with challah. I panicked. I don't know, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Challah for $1. We give thanks to God for challah. Our voices rise in tongues together as our joyful prayer is. Rah-rah. I don't know, I shouldn't have done it. What can I say? Challah at you. Challah at you. Happy holidays. Somebody gave me another happy holidays set of socks. I don't know. We're happy about the challah, that's for sure. We could walla. We give thanks. We'll come up with one. It was fun. Please rise for the closing benediction. Because my favorite part about being Jewish is being with you and being here and a lot of other things. That's the cool part about this. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you. Be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom. My favorite part of being a rabbi sometimes is being able to do that blessing. Shabbos. Ein kelohenu, ein kadonenu, ein kemalkenu, ein kemoshie.